Hi everyone, my name is Jerry. I'm a success guru for first year experience and I'm joined with my fellow guru, Natasha. And today we're going to be
Hi.
making great meals that you can either make in a dorm room with limited facilities or at home with unlimited facilities. I'm going to be making some oatmeal and then I'm also going to be doing some tuna salad. And Natasha, why don't you talk about what you're going to be doing?
So today I'm gonna mainly focus on chicken salad and a couple different ways you can prepare it with little add-ons and something that makes it more like fun. And then I'm gonna focus on some wraps. So there's gonna be a ham and cheese wrap, a chicken salad wrap, and then one that's a little bit more vegetarian friendly with no meat. And that would be a bean, corn, and spinach wrap.
I'm so hungry. That sounds delicious. So I guess my first recipe is going to be oatmeal. And I know what you're thinking. A lot of times oatmeal sounds a little boring, a little bland, but hopefully after you see my recipe, you'll start to understand that oatmeal can be fun and it can be full of great kinds of antioxidants and proteins that you can get in your body. So we're going to start off with oatmeal. So you could either make your oatmeal overnight or in a microwave. And if you're in a dorm, you're probably going to want to do it in a microwave. So I'm just going to switch over to my second camera here. And there's quite a lot of ingredients, but honestly, lots of these can just be stored, outside of a fridge. But some of the first things that we're going to start off with is our actual oatmeal. So this can be any kind of oatmeal. I mean, really, you just make sure when you microwave it to just do it like at 90 seconds, and also just keep the ratio 1-to-1. So 1 cup of oatmeal to 1 cup of water, or in my case, almond milk. Really, you shouldn't be microwaving your oatmeal with water unless you want some bland oatmeal. Really add some nice kick to it with some almond milk or soy milk or any kind of milk. So after you microwave it, you'll receive this gorgeous oatmeal here. And it honestly, it smells amazing. It looks good. The texture is like right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in my actual bowl. And as for ingredients you can put with your oatmeal, overnight oats kind of require you to put like a lot of different kinds of different like ingredients and really like spice it up, but you really don't have to keep it overnight. You can put as much ingredients after the fact as you want. So I'm just kind of keeping it simple. I'm starting with some chai seeds. Chai seeds are like super duper good. I love them. They add like great texture and they're like super healthy. So I'm just going to be adding some to my oatmeal here. And also honey is great too. I love windflower honey from Kirkland, which is Costco. Honestly, I go through honey like so much. I hate actually drinking sugar or like ingesting sugar, artificial sugar. So honey is just like amazing. I love it. So I'm just gonna add around a tablespoon to my oatmeal here. And flaxseed is so amazing. I love it. It's so cheap. You could just have it stored anywhere. You don't really need to put it in a fridge. And honestly, it's so, so good. I just love it. It adds texture and also it helps you digest your food faster. It's kind of like pepper. So I'm just gonna add again a tablespoon. And you can already see the color on the oatmeal is starting to really, it's starting to get its character. It's starting to understand itself. And I'm also going to be putting some raisins. Again, anything that adds like texture, makes it savory, makes it nice and sweet without adding anything artificial is great. And I actually love my raisins, so I'm going to put a little more than usual. These are big raisins. I don't know why they're so big like this, but you can already see it's really starting to just build up in there. And almonds too. Almonds are like, you don't have to put them in a fridge. They're great for, storing in your cabinets, anything inside of your dorm. It's just so like easy to maintain. You don't have to really prep much for it. So I'm just gonna put a couple teaspoons of almonds. And honestly, at this point, you're good to go. You could also put fresh fruits. You could also put anything else you really like. If you want to add or subtract more oatmeal to milk, you totally could. But after this, really, it's just a matter of mixing it all together. And what's great is oatmeal lasts a while. So you can actually keep it in your fridge, maybe eat some in the morning, keep it in your fridge, eat it later in the day. Really, it's like up to you on how you want to eat it. But honestly, the more you add to oatmeal, you really can't go wrong. I love it. For example, in this oatmeal, when I cooked it, I actually put pieces of banana to really like solidify all the ingredients together. So this actually has banana infused in it. You could even put vanilla syrup. You can put so many different things to really, really, really change it from just oatmeal to an actual, something you can eat and look forward to, cooking in your cooking in your dorm room. Um, Oatmeal is just one of those things you can start your breakfast off right. You can start your day off right. And honestly, you can't go wrong. It goes great with some coffee. It goes great with anything, and you could even have it as your lunch if you want. Um, I didn't even know you could cook oatmeal in a microwave until now. So it's been great to like just putting 1 cup of oatmeal to 1 cup of water or um, almond milk. And also, what I love is the oatmeals you can get. Like the oatmeal you can get and cook can be your classic like whole wheat oatmeal, but you could also do like steel cut oats. There's just so many different things you can do with oatmeal, and it's pretty fun. But that should be it. I hope you liked my little recipe here. It looks so good. And let's just toss it over to Natasha.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it really reminds me of the oatmeal that McDonald's has. Like they sell oatmeal, and I think it was the raisins that reminded me of it because it's just like warm and delicious and perfect.
Yeah, Starbucks oatmeal too is just like it's so good, but like, if you can make it at home just as good, then why not? But yeah, no, for sure. Like I love oatmeal from like fast food or like Starbucks. It's just like it's so
Yeah, but at home it's even better because it's cheaper.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on and start prepping my chicken salad. So typically, what I do is just eat chicken salad by itself, but if you add like different things to it, it can make it more fun and more flavorful. So I've already prepared some chicken salad, and it's basically just cooked the chicken for a little while until it's completely cooked through. And this is one of the reasons that kind of limits it to not be dorm friendly because speaking with a past person who lived in the dorm, they are not allowed hot plates and there's no oven to cook because most of them have to be on meal plans. There is no kitchenette or anything. If you're in an apartment, then you will likely have access to a stove and a cooker top, but people in the dorms aren't. So this these options aren't very dorm friendly, but we are also catering to people who live in houses and apartments. So I'm just adding some peas and carrots onto this chicken salad and mixing it up. So this is one way I like to have my chicken salad because it sneaks in the vegetables because I don't really like vegetables. I mean, we're in college, who eats vegetables? We're known for having like not so great diets. So
Honestly, yeah,
it's
so true.
just some chicken salad with peas and carrots. And then another option, this one I really, really love, is just some grapes and some pecans. I like adding grapes and pecans to pretty much everything. I like adding it to my regular salad. And then I feel like just adding it to a chicken salad makes it super fancy. So just adding grapes and pecans and mixing it up is as simple as that. So these aren't really hard. This is what, 4 ingredients: the grapes, the chicken, the pecans, and the mayonnaise. And there you have it. Super simple and very delicious. And then my last option, let me see if I can move you all to get a better look. is chicken salad with avocado and corn. I know some people, like my sister, they don't really like avocado, so you can just skip it. Corn with anything is really good. We like to put corn with tuna in my household. And so it tastes really good. And so yeah, it's just the same process where you mix it up and enjoy it, because I really like these three combinations. I've tried them before and I think they come out really well. So here's a closer look. You can see the avocado and the corn, and I think they are delicious. So that was my first recipe. I'm gonna pass it back to Jerry so he can talk about his second recipe, and then we'll come back and do my wraps.
All right, I'm back. I'm just prepping some things. Oh my gosh, my light. Sorry. I'm just prepping some things. But for my second recipe, really, again, when you hear the first thing, you're thinking, oh, boring, but actually it can be super good if you just add the right things to it and really spice it up. Because I feel like some of these ingredients can really take this like recipe to a whole other level. So I'm actually going to be doing tuna salad for my second recipe. So give me 1 second. So for tuna salad, really it consists of a couple key ingredients, but honestly, lots of these can be cooked in a microwave. Again, the amount of facilities you really need is not that much. You just need a microwave. And for tuna salad, the main ingredients you're going to want to stick to, and of course you can add or subtract anything that you feel is right, but you're going to need at least some pasta here, which again, I didn't know you could make this in a microwave, but it's totally possible. All you need is your raw pasta. This is some HEB veggie pasta, not sponsored. And you just need to keep the ratio again, 1 to at least 2 cups of water. So just like 1 cup of pasta to every 2 cups of water, and just keep it in the microwave for around 5 to 6 minutes, and you should get some perfectly cooked and tender pasta. And then you can just get some sliced pickles here. I have some sliced pickles. I really like sliced pickles, but again, not everyone's cup of tea. You can substitute it with some relish, sweet relish, any kind of like relish you want. If you don't really like pickles, you could try even substituting it with some minced garlic. Honestly, you just want something really savory to give you like a nice kick, and that's what pickles can do. And then you're gonna want some eggs. So you can actually microwave hard-boiled eggs in water, but you can also get an egg cooker, which is this little thing. I got it at Best Buy, but it's honestly like $10, and all you do is load your eggs in, connect it to your outlet, and you have eggs ready instantly. Actually, it takes around 2 minutes, but that's not too long considering, what you would do in a microwave. It's a lot less messy, and it's like super efficient and easy to use. So I actually just cooked 2 hard-boiled eggs, and of course we're gonna cut these, so we're not gonna just throw them like that. And then you're gonna have your tuna, which I use chicken of the sea. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, let me just switch my camera. Yeah, I use chicken of the sea tuna. I love it. I think like it's so good. And you're always gonna want to have the tuna in water, not so much oil. I really don't like tuna in oil. It kind of gets super messy, and it's just really not easy. Sorry, I forgot my bowl for a second. But yeah, you really don't want to use chicken in oil. I'm not too sure why people eat chicken in oil, but it gets super messy. That's not something you want to do when you're in your dorms. So here's my beautiful little bowl here, and we're just going to start with the actual tuna first. And again, you're going to want something to really emulsify all of the ingredients together. So you could use mayonnaise, you can use I've even seen people use olive oil and butter, but honestly, I like using mayonnaise. It's something that's like super easy, super famous, and just lots of people prefer their chicken with mayonnaise. I've even seen people use like half mustard and half mayonnaise to really add to that savory texture and that savory taste. But honestly, it's something that you can do, but I would stick to mayonnaise specifically. I think it really like adds a nice like balance to your tuna. So here's our tuna here. It's nice, it's pink, it's beautiful, it's so gorgeous. And we're just going to start with our pickles here. So I'm just gonna add some sliced pickles, but honestly, again, you can do relish, you can do any kind of thing you want. You could even cut your pickles down more. You could even use pre-sliced pickles, you know, something to just keep sealed. Again, in your cabinet, in your dorm, not so much in your fridge, you don't really need to since it's like vinegar, but yeah, I'm just gonna add a couple. And then we're gonna do our pasta next. So this is the pasta that we cooked in our microwave here. Super, super good, super tender. It's like actually cooked perfectly, which is weird. I've actually never been able to cook pasta that perfectly in a microwave, on a stovetop, let alone a microwave. But yeah, I just microwaved it for 5 minutes with a ratio to 1 to 2 cups of water. And yeah, I'm just gonna put the whole thing because I really, really like pasta. I really like makes any kind of tuna salad more and more filling. And then we're gonna go with our eggs here. So I use 2 eggs just because I really want some like a nice punch of protein. But honestly, you can use any kind of egg. You could even do poached eggs. But honestly, just microwave hard-boiled eggs are fine. And I'm just gonna cut these up real quick. And to like the amount you want cut is up to you. I really just like I don't like cutting them too fine. I know some people really shred them as much as possible, but I like just doing a light cut, like you know, a really narrow cut, just because I think it really adds to the texture. And yeah, so I'm just going to slice these up real quick. Yeah, so really I just like cutting it that much. I really don't want to cut it too much. I just want a nice, even cut. So there's our first egg here. I'm just gonna throw it in the bowl. Yeah, so this is like a really hearty and just really like dense, a really dense tuna salad, but I love it. And I think it can go great alone, or you could even you could even eat it with some crackers. But I really like just eating it alone. You could even technically, you could even eat this with some toast or some bread. Really have like a kind of, you know, tuna salad sandwich here. But there you go. Oops, dropped a piece of egg. And then we're just gonna finish it off with some mayonnaise here. I'm gonna be using some Hellmann's, or real mayonnaise, but you could use any kind of mayonnaise, honestly. I just like Hellmann's. It really is like a lot more, I guess, flavorful and just a lot more, and it really adds like color too. And again, the amount of mayonnaise you want to add is totally up to you. I don't like adding too much mayonnaise. I feel like after a while you just start tasting mayonnaise instead of tuna. But I just add the right amount to really get everything sticking together. But wow, I mean, look at all the different colors. It's so pretty. I don't know, just like tuna salad in general just gets me like really excited. And if you love like going to tuna salad places like Siempre Natural or any other place that serves like really good tuna salad, again, this is just something you can cook at home. Really, you could even technically meal prep this. You know, eat half of it today, half of it tomorrow if you make too much. It really goes great if you just leave it in your fridge overnight. And it's something you could even cook the day before and have it ready for the day after, so you can really get it ready for the morning. But it looks so, so, so good. And it's so easy to make. I prepped these ingredients and got this ready in under 15 minutes. So really all you need is a microwave. And if you're on limited kind of appliances, then this is the perfect recipe that you could even try at home or even at your dorm. But yeah, you could technically eat this with the bread. You can eat it with crackers, or you can eat it by itself because the noodles really add like that kind of like, I don't know, that kind of like that kind of bite that you can get with that you wouldn't be able to get with standard tuna. But yeah, these were these even go great together too, like tuna salad and oatmeal, just like something to eat in the morning and something you eat at lunch, and just something really healthy. So Natasha, if you want to take it.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I guess like my family were kind of more basic because like I had never even thought of adding that much stuff onto tuna, but like it sounds delicious. So it's something that I'm gonna look forward to trying.
For sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch my camera and we're gonna start on the wraps. So for the first wrap, it's super simple. I'm taking the chicken salad that I made previously. Like I said, this grape and pecan one is my favorite, so that's why I'm using it, because I'm gonna have it after we turn this camera off. I'm gonna have it for lunch. And then, so I'm just gonna put all of it and then just form it into like a little line. And then I like it overstuffed, which makes it a little bit hard to roll, but it's like more food, right? So then I'm just adding a few, what are they called? Sheets, I guess, a few leaves of some romaine lettuce, just to give a little bit of, you know, that healthiness. And then I'm rolling it up. Oh no, one of my grapes fell. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a knife and cut it down the middle. And here's how it looks. I love wraps. So there's one. I used to pack up them all the time when we would go to the university. And it's really sad that we don't have like that luxury anymore to go to school. But this still is perfect for homes to recreate. So the second one I am working on is our vegetarian option. I would say it's vegan, but I'm using cream cheese, and I don't believe cream cheese is vegan. So it's mainly vegetarian. So if you're vegan, you could probably not use the cream cheese and it'll work better. So I'm just using the cream cheese as a spread, just down the middle. And if it's fresh out of the fridge, it'll be a little bit harder to spread. But mine's been sitting out because I prepped this earlier, so it's not that hard. And then once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of beans. So these are just black beans from the can, just rinsed and drained, super simple and not really expensive. And then I'm also gonna add some corn. So this is kind of like sort of Mexican inspired, beans and corn. And then I like avocado, so I'm gonna add a little bit more avocado. And then I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of this spinach. So now these wraps are made of spinach, so it's like double spinach, but spinach is really good for you, so it doesn't hurt to have extra spinach in your diet. So like the other one, I'm wrapping it up, and I'm not very good at wrapping these. Some people like to fold in the ends, and I could show an example in on our last one to make it more like a burrito, which is probably really smart. But here it is, just bean and corn, avocado, and spinach. And these wraps aren't super expensive. They come in around $4, I believe, at HEB, but there are also some that are a little bit smaller. They sell them wheat and chia, and then another one that's whole wheat, and those are a little bit cheaper, but they do come a little bit smaller. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're shopping. Try to look for the best deal if you want to save your money. So now for this last one, it's just basic ham and cheese. So I prefer Miracle Whip over mayonnaise, so that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to take a spoonful, or maybe two, because this tortilla is really big. And like the cream cheese on the other wrap, I'm going to spread this out. And this just acts as a binder to help the ham and the cheese stick to the tortilla. And then I'm going to take my ham and cheese. I just took like regular ham, like sandwich ham, and then I just cut it down the middle. And so I'm going to use this to just, okay, it looks like my cheese stuck together because it's no longer as cold. So I guess I'll just put it on as a whole. And then I'm just gonna pile on this ham to make it as filling as possible. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of lettuce, like I said, to get our greens in. And then, so I'll try wrapping it like some people do it. They like to fold in the ends. And for this one, once you fold it up, it's more like a burrito and it won't fall out the sides. But I'm not really good at this, so it's not perfect. And then, like before, I'm gonna cut it down the middle. And you can see the lettuce, the ham, and the cheese. And then a little bonus tip or meal snack idea I like to have is just some carrots and hummus. This is super simple, super easy to buy, and it's really filling. So yeah, those were my meals. How do I switch this back? Okay, there. So those are my meals. I really like all of them. The only one I haven't really tried is the bean, the corn, and the avocado wrap because I don't look for vegetarian options. So I just searched it up for this video, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm gonna try it after we finish here.
That looks so good. I want to start making wraps. And I feel like that's something that like you can make at a dorm too. Like if you just have the ingredients either bought, like getting tuna salad at HEB and stuff, you could totally just make your own wraps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the beans ones and the ham and cheese ones, those are also like dorm friendly because if you have a mini fridge, you can just keep the ham and cheese in there and the lettuce, and you could just buy the wraps and they're fine just like having them by themselves. They're already pre-cooked and pre-made, and yeah, so some of these are also like dorm friendly. The only one that's really not is the chicken because you have to cook it. But if you buy, I mean, I guess a rotisserie chicken, then
even like
it's also dorm friendly.
The canned chicken too. Like they sell like the canned like whole chicken. Yeah.
I've never tried that. I haven't really even heard of it.
I've heard it's good though. Costco has it. I'm just like, I want to try it. And I think I tried one of the samples one time, and it was like it tasted like regular chicken. Even with I wanted to plug this really quick, but like a lot of times we buy the big things of crackers, and then we have to like either cut them with a knife or like tie them
Hmm.
up because like we don't know what to do. I found these just like last summer, and it's only what I've been buying. It's these like small packaged crackers. So it's like the
Hmm.
perfect amount of crackers you need for any kind of like meal that has crackers with them, and like it's the perfect amount that you need. And
Oh
there's a
wow.
yeah, it's
I
a
use something similar kind of. It's like Mexican though. It's like saladitas,
oh
and
yeah
it's like an even smaller package. Yeah,
yeah
we use those
yeah
in my household.
yeah. I used to use those too, but they're so much easier to buy like a big thing of crackers, and then you're like, what do I do?
Mm,
And then they get stale and it's gross. But yeah, I'm like super hungry now.
yeah. There were a few kind of suggestions we wanted to throw out there. I found this really great playlist on YouTube called Struggle Meals with Frankie, and he goes really in depth. He has like over 50 episodes. I think it's closer to 100 episodes, and he just like really like he's a penny pincher, and so he tries to save all his money, and it he shows recipes that are really delicious but also really inexpensive. So that's something that I think college students could invest their time in checking out.
For sure, and I think even to add to that resource is UT Health RGV actually on their Facebook and on their social medias, even their YouTube, they have great, super healthy student-oriented recipes that they post every now and then. And I actually have tried a couple of them. One of them was like a green bean salad, and it had like a whole bunch of like canned things and frozen things that you really don't need like appliances for that you could totally make in a dorm. And they're like super nutritious and really, really healthy. And they're like something cool that you could also look into. They even post like they post a lot of resources for like diets and like different things to stick to as a student. Because like again, we said it earlier in the session, but it's so easy to just be like, I'm gonna make ramen until like I graduate and just live off of that. But honestly,
Yeah.
you could save the same amount of money and still make like awesome and really nutritious foods from a dorm or at home.
Yeah, especially with like that whole like freshman 15, especially in like now that we're in quarantine and we're like at arm's length from our refrigerator, that might switch to like the quarantine 15 on top of the freshman 15. We're gonna be gaining 30 pounds. So yeah, it's just to keep in mind like healthy living. And another thing that I wanted to shout out is that on our Instagram, we actually, our UTRGV FYE Instagram, every single Monday, we're posting videos of different recipes that students can try. They're simple and they're not always healthy. I may or may not have created a dessert instead of a meal, but they're just new ideas that are super simple for you guys to try.
For sure. Yeah. And I think one of like honestly a really big tip I have for like if you're gonna be living in the dorms is just get some Tupperware, like some things that
Mm.
get sealed. Like I bought these glass bowls at Target, like super cheap, and they have like airtight tops to them. And it honestly like it can save your food, like to just pre-package them and like have them ready for like the next day or anything. If you're gonna meal prep, that's also something you could do. Um, but yeah, I feel like there was one other resource that we had on.
Yes, it was a YouTube channel. I don't know how many college students will actually be interested in it, but I know I watch it all the time. It's called Frugal Fit Mom, and she is a woman who's like older. She has like several children, but being the head of her household, she has to like maintain and be able to feed her whole family. So she regularly, about once or twice a month, she does these extreme food budget challenges where she is able to make like 50 plus meals for like about $30. So she just shows like the weekly meals that her family has while staying on budget. So that's, I think, something that college students can be interested, but they might not necessarily look into it because like her audience is not like college demographic basically. So I recommend her. I watch her and I really like her. She's super friendly.
Yeah, I also like speaking of like resources, I was on we were both like on BuzzFeed or like, you know, things like that last
Mm-hmm.
we were planning the session on like great kind of recipes you can make in a dorm room with like only a microwave. And one of the things I wanted to make but didn't get a chance to today, and I guess I'll just talk about it, is mac and cheese. So like you can buy like a 4-pack of the Kraft mac and cheese for like $5 to $6 at HEB, or you can make it in your dorm and just buy macaroni, milk, butter, and cheese for like the same price. And you'll have even more like kinds of portions that you can make from the traditional like little cups of Kraft mac and cheese that you microwave. And honestly, it just consists of boiling your noodles and then draining them and then adding hot milk with cheese and just mixing it all together and then adding butter if you want. But I recommend like students to really like just Google like dorm, because it is a thing online. Like people a lot talk about recipes to make in a dorm, like best going back to school, like recipes you can stick to. And a lot of them are like super helpful. And then honestly, you could even stick to the classic like desserts, like s'mores in a microwave. Like we've all done it. So you could even do that too. But yeah, I just think like as a student, just try your best to like, it's gonna happen where you get the occasional night where you're like, I'm just making ramen or I'm just doing Domino's like delivery. But honestly, most you want to make sure that there's a balance to everything. You know, there's a I guess everything in moderation is something like really to stick to. So if you could just make some classic foods most of the time, like tuna and oatmeal and stuff like that in a dorm, and really stick away from like the fast food and processed stuff, I'm sure you'd just have a great year and a really healthy quarantine, which is like, again, like something you really want to stick to.
So I think that's everything that we wanted to talk about. We showed you all our different recipes. Um, if you want to stick around, we're having a guru panel at 2 p.m. today. So that's what, in like an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, all week we're going to be having different sessions. Tomorrow we're having a making the most of your first year as well as a textbook session. So everything you need to know about textbooks. On Thursday, we are having a apps, the different apps that UTRGV has and how to understand them and utilize them. And then on Friday, we are having I'm hosting it. What is it? Oh, a planner session. A planner session as well as a live podcast. So stay tuned and stick around. We're going to be here all week interacting with you guys. And we really just want to get to know you because we're here for you. We're going to be here for you all year. And yeah,